He loved me when I was unlovable. He wanted me when nobody else wanted me. And he loves you too. So much so that he would be willing to be scarred so that we would have salvation. Listen at all of the hurt and pain that he went through. He was wounded. He's bruised. He's chastised. But because of the stripes, we're healed. Many years ago on the campus of Wiley College, the late great Dr. Inez Jenkins, Professor Inez Jenkins, asked the class one morning in November, she asked, what are the only things in heaven made by the hands of man? I was a little old preacher then, and my little mind started trying to figure out what in the world could be in heaven that was made by the hands of man, because everything in heaven that I knew of then was made by the hands of the awesome God. The throne of life, made by the hands of God. The river of life that beat against the banks of everlasting deliverance, made by the hands of God. The bema, the tree of life with leaves for healing of the nation, made by the hands of God. The mansions, made by the hands of God. Golden streets, pearly gates, made by the hands of the 12 foundations, made by the hands of God. The light that lights the city is lit by the S-O-N, not the S-U-N. That's made by the hands of God. Elders, priests, prophets, seraphims, cherubims, all made by the hands of God. So what could be in heaven made by the hands of man? Dr. Inez Jenkins, after we have such our little feeble mind, she responded. She said, the scars that are on Jesus' body are the only thing in heaven made by the hands of man. She said when they nailed his hands and riveted his feet and put a crown around his head, when he died with the scars. And when he was buried with the scars. And when he rose with the scars. And 40 days later, when he stepped on a cloud and went back to heaven and sat down on the right hand of the Father, the scars were on his body. And one day when he returned, he's going to return with the same scars. And if by chance we're saved at all this morning, we were saved not with a beautiful hand or a manicured hand. We are saved not with a pretty hand, but we are saved by a nail-scarred hand. It is an ugly hand. It is a battered hand. It was a bleeding hand. It was a beaten hand. It was a crushed hand. You're saved today by the nail-scarred hand of Jesus. Scars have a way of telling a story. You can be here today in 2009, but when you look in the mirror, you see a scar that will allow you to go back to 1989, 1959, 1949 scars. They tell a story. A little girl and her mother was walking along the beach, and they had on their bikinis. And the little girl looked at her mother and she said to her, Mommy, that's a ugly scar on